Hey everybody, how are you doing? It's Skip Elliott and Hunter Lisle from the Arthur Murray Dance Studio. How you doing, Hunter?
Hey, doing great. It's great to be back on with you again during this whole crazy year.
Now we start season 29 of Dancing with the Stars on the 14th, which is next Monday or the Monday after.
Yeah, coming up very soon. Yeah,
Now we have a new host. Tyra
right.
Banks has upseated Tom Bergeron, who was the host of the show for the other 28 years. What do you think about that?
Boy, I have a lot of personal feelings on that. Because we were talking to our friend Anna Trubinskaya, and she's good friends with him, of course. He was not happy about getting off the show, but it had been a long run and it had been a great run. So, again, you have to look at it two different ways. And he's got, maybe other things to do. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise. But I think he really wanted to continue, though, on a personal level till it ran the course.
Well, the funny thing is he's now been fired off of two very successful shows. And those are the only two he ever
Yeah.
was on, I think.
No, that's all. But I mean, he's pretty successful, so I don't think he had anything to worry about that way. But again, it was a personal blow. Just finding that out. I don't think he was happy about it, and the way they did it, to be honest, could have could have been done a little better.
Did they just text it or put it on Twitter and that was it?
They just let him know that he was no longer going to be there, and it
Oh,
was already decided. And there were various reasons that could be gone back and forth about that we know personally. But at the end of the day, he was just let go, and there were other ways of handling that that could have
yeah.
been better.
Okay, so they have revealed that I know of two new stars to be on it, but one guy's not been on it before, but has a bit of an advantage. That will be AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, they always
Because
do because their musical background.
right, but there was another Backstreet Boy that was on the show a few years ago. So
Hmm.
that's pretty. Caitlin Bristow of The Bachelorette will also be on there. I don't know much about her.
I don't know what to think about that one. I think when you have a Backstreet Boy, you've got the benefit of the music and the dancing, and we saw that happen before. We even saw, you remember Joey Fatone? I mean, like I said, we've seen some pretty interesting people come on the show. As far as she goes, I don't know a lot about her either. She knows how to be the Bachelorette. So when you get, but learning how to pose is part of dancing. But we'll see how the dancing goes on that one.
Oh,
There's a
but
few surprises too.
you've got some other people that you say are coming on the show that haven't been revealed yet.
They're talking about Anne Hesh, will be
Wow.
confirmed. American actress. I mean, a very good actress. Been in, daytime soap opera world for quite a long time,
Mhm.
since around the 87, 91 area. And, being an actress, they know how to be on TV. So that could be interesting. Now, again, these aren't totally confirmed, but, and as we've seen with Dancing with the Stars, every season we've been on together for a long time, they put surprises in at any moment. So, we might announce this tonight, and by Wednesday, it's all changed.
We'll get to that in some of the rules in just a few minutes, but the full cast
Yes.
reveal is on Wednesday morning on Good Morning America on ABC 36. So that
Yeah,
should be a very interesting show. They're going to pull some punches, and they're going to
they
tell us
are.
something and then pull it out.
They are. Now, I'll tell you one person that they're rumored to be on it, who probably will be, is Vernon Davis. As we've seen before, is a former American football tight end, college football in Maryland, and we've seen football people do very well. So
Yeah.
if they get a football person on there because their skill set and what their training is, they will probably do pretty well. They always have.
September 14th is the debut, 8 o'clock on ABC 36 of season 29. Can you believe that?
Honestly, when you and I started, I think it was season one,
I
way
think that
back
was
when.
4 BC when we started these, Hunter.
I think so. Yeah, something like something like that. But we look young because of the famous thing with the with the Zoom feature. We can look young again.
Yeah,
But
it's a
anyway, hey,
touch-up feature.
I think so too. Yeah, we call it 4 DLS, before Dancing with the Stars. But we've been in this business 35 years now, so we've existed before that, and then we'll be around long after. Although I think Dancing with the Stars will continue for a long time to come. And I remember you and I getting on the show during season one and just debating: was it going to continue? Was it not going to continue? And it was a lot of fun.
And you and I talked last year near the end of it saying that this could be the last year of it because it just looked very awkward last year.
Yeah, they had a really hard year. There were a lot of changes being put into place that we've seen, of course, subsequently since then. And they were already mulling that about through producers and things that were going on. And then, of course, now we saw a lot happen. Who would ever thought, have even surmised that 2020 would be the year we've seen? And nobody would ever thought this would happen. Although I like your background, I think that maybe where you're going is a good place right now. If you're
I'm
going
on
to
the
go through
beach.
the I like that. Mine is not nearly as much fun as yours is, but I think during the pandemic, that's something. But what a wild thing. And you and I've been in this since the beginning, literally.
Yep, I like to Google things, and I went on last night about 8 o'clock and Googled some rules for being a star on Dancing with the Stars. Here's what we got.
Okay.
This is the first one. Being a fan could help you get cast.
That's because the fans get a lot of attention, and if you remember, we had a former Bones star getting iHeartMedia behind him, Bobby Bones.
Uh-huh.
He did very well at the end. He did not do well at the beginning, and there was a lot of controversy. But part of what got him on the show was the fan base that he had,
Wow.
and what continued that. So that is very true what you just read.
You can, but you shouldn't drop out at the last minute. Why would you go all that way and drop out at the last minute?
That's true for a lot of reasons. One, you're going to make a lot of people very mad. And unless you have a physical reason, or of course, sometimes that happens, you have an injury and there's nothing you can say about that. Of course, things happen. But if you just drop out for a different reason, it leaves a lot of people on the hook, not including your partner who's worked with you since day one. And that's a lot of stress on them. So, yeah, we hope that doesn't happen.
We're doing a Dancing with the Stars recap and rehash and everything else that's going on, because you haven't seen Dancing with the Stars for a year almost. But it's
No, can you believe it? It's been that long. It seems like yesterday you and I were in there talking, but now you get to see us and hear us, and I'm not sure if that's better or not. But
I may have cracked a couple of screens already. Now
we might have. We play with
this one I like. Cast romances are encouraged. You are speechless.
Respond to that. Okay, so I'm going to respond to that. In the dance world, things happen. So I wouldn't call it encouraged or discouraged, but let's just say that life happens, and when it does, life happens. I'm going to go with that for tonight.
Yeah, it says here they help generate buzz for the show.
They might encourage the buzz. Let's put it that way. I think you're right on track. They do encourage the buzz. I'm not sure you can encourage a relationship, but they do encourage.
Most of the relationships, though, on the other side, most of the relationships that happen in the Dancing with the Stars mirror ball world don't go out. So when the show's over, they're done.
Yeah, because I mean, you are pretty close to that person. You're spending a lot of time with them. So, if you're already single and you're already in there, then anything can happen, I guess. But yeah, so that encouraging the buzz, though, we have seen that since day one. So I definitely agree with that.
I like this one. Cast members get $125 as a signing bonus and can earn up to $295,000 in total. Plus, they can earn up to $50,000 in the final 2 episodes.
Yeah, and those numbers have gone round and around. They've changed. In the very first season, if I remember correctly, this was in day one. Again, this is back when we were thinking about being on the show. That's as a pro. That season was around, I think, $1,500 a week then. But it was getting so. But then you didn't make humongous money until you got a little further along. But it was still good money. So again, it's altered itself throughout the seasons, and a lot of people do it because they just love it, of course. And the stars really do enjoy it, and the pros definitely enjoy it. I mean, we know most of them, and they have their moments of stress depending on who their celebrity is. But we've seen that too. But generally, it's a great experience for everybody.
You have to practice 7 days a week. You have to commit to practicing every day you're on that show.
You do have to commit. You have to commit a lot of time, a lot of energy. It wasn't always like that, but now, they have their own studios. So it's a lot easier to kind of put everything in one place, where originally it was more decentralized and that was a lot harder. But you do have to make a commitment, and it's hard. So if you're a celebrity doing it, it's a lot of work and time and energy, but it can launch many careers. You and I have seen a lot of careers that have been relaunched because of this show. And I mean, there's just so many examples I can't even think. But gosh, we've seen
Kirstie Alley lost all that weight, got back, got repopular again, and was awesome.
She sure did, yes. Oh yeah,
Here's one I like.
I mean, she changed.
Do you know what happens on Sundays up there?
What's that?
Everybody has to get a spray tan.
That I knew. I've seen the ballroom world for too many years and have judged it for too many years. And there's what you see on camera or what you see in the ballroom, and there's what you see behind. And everybody looks very orange or very dark. And that spray tan stuff goes everywhere.
Oh.
I mean, it will stay on your collar. It'll be everywhere you go for the next. I mean, it's all over the place. So, but we all do it. They all do it. It's just part of what you do.
Okay, you've got to arrive by 7:45 a.m. ahead of the run-through on show days, which are Mondays, and there's a live band that's there for the walkthrough. So you got to be there at 7:45, and The TV show doesn't end until 8 or 9 or 10. So that's a
It's a whole
long
different
day.
thing. It is. It's a whole long, it's a different process this year than we've seen before because of all the safety precautions. But it does kind of throw you. I mean, I remember we in time zones throw me anyway. I'm really notoriously we're bad about that. Our last best story was we were on season 27 or 26, and we were going on to go out there, and we were literally at the hotel, and we were taking a car to go to the set. And for some reason in my brain, and I can't blame anybody else but me, I was thinking East Coast time, Eastern Standard Time. And I was thinking I had all this time to get there. And Alicia and I were literally in the car being taken to the set. And all of a sudden it dawns on me, oh my gosh. And they were texting us from the set
Yeah.
saying, are you going to make it on time? Are you going to be there? And we're like, yeah, we got plenty of time. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh no. And literally it was only, we got there in time. It all worked out,
Oh,
but it was a moment of panic to say the least, because my brain, for whatever reason that season was still thinking East Coast, you rather Eastern Standard Time. And I can't blame anybody but, me, because I was like, plenty of time. We're doing great.
producers can change anything they want in any performance.
They can. They have a lot of control over the whole show, and anything can change from moment to moment because the optics have to fit. Like what you see right now with my background and where you see the show, it looks gigantic. And the actual set, to be honest, it's not that big. I mean, it's good size, but it's not humongous. So if the optics don't look good, they'll redo it because you want to have the viewers have a really good show, and you're doing it for the audience. It's all about the audience. You want everyone in the audience to have a great time, and you want everybody watching to enjoy the show and really see what they're seeing on the show, what everybody else is seeing behind me, like on the floor.
How are they going to put people in as a studio audience there? Are they going to social distance them? Masks?
That is a big point of contention this year. And, I don't think all the details truly have been completely ironed out. Because I remember, we've been there, and again, the seats are very close together in the audience, and where we were, and several, and again, it's very close. So I'm sure they're going to distance it and do it safely. And I'm not sure the number of people that'll be in the audience, if how many, if any, if the actual day of. I think it's anybody's guess, and I think they're going to try to do everything they can to mainly keep the performers, the celebrities, the performers, the judges safe, so that everybody can continue throughout the season without any hiccups, because I know nobody wants that. And I
Now,
think that's really what the producers are looking at, is the safety of everything.
I also know outside of COVID, there are extra celebrities that are recruited and actually on the set just in case someone leaves. Like back
Oh
when
yeah.
Master P was here doing that thing, they didn't think he was going to show up one day, so they had David Carradine in a trailer on the set, ready to go.
When we were there, there was Quincy Jones to the left of us, and there was Babyface right there in the same row with us, and they had him there. And so there's always people there that have talent and can do things. Anything can happen. So, and it's live, so it's a live performance. So you're out there and you're like, and as we've seen doing things live, you might fall. Things can happen,
I'm
So,
falling over
I
live.
could tell many stories. There was one moment I was help hosting on ABC, and we were there, and we had to be on the couch talking about the show, and I tripped over the cord. I literally was walking like this to get to the thing, and me being me, sometimes I tripped, and I literally went like this, and I literally went over the couch, and the person behind the camera is going, 5, 4, 3, 2, and literally I got in my seat as they were like this, and I'm like, hi. And I remember on the inside, my heart was going like this 90 miles an hour,
Oh, I
because
couldn't
I'm like,
imagine.
oh my gosh, I made it in the nick of time, or it would have looked horrible, because it was live, and and everybody behind, was just cracking up. They were in tears,
A lot
and
of
I'm
people
trying
don't
to
know
hold it together. So
a lot of people don't know in a TV studio, behind you there are wires everywhere. You can't see them on the
everywhere,
floor in
yeah,
front of you, but behind, if you got to come behind a set, be careful walking. I know that.
no, yes, been there, done that. So
A
yeah.
couple more rules I want to talk about. One is celebrities are expected to contribute to the choreography.
Yes, they always have an input because you want it to fit the person. Just like if you're doing choreography in a studio or a competition or anything like that, it's got to match where you are. You're telling a story. So you want it to be a part of the story with the participants, and you're really performing, for yourself, for your partner, for the judges or the audience. So you got to have both involved. So yeah, the celebrities, they might veto something that doesn't fit, who they are, and you want them to look good. You want to try to, at least. It's a little bit silly, and you're going to have your moments, but
Yeah.
you want to try to make a good show.
Well, I kind of think that's to keep it interesting for them as well, to put something into it that they want, especially in the family dances. Like this, my father was so special. I lost him this year. And when we
Yes.
danced, we always did this move.
And
Could
I
be
think that's
something like that.
wonderful because you hit it on the head. I think it puts their personality into this and makes it really part of their story. And I think when there's meaning attached to it, it just means a lot more. And you're going to put your heart and soul into it, and you're going to work harder, definitely, for the result. So I think that's a good idea.
You're going to giggle at this one. The last rule I have is there is a strict no lift rule.
Yeah, that's kind of been there for competitions for because what can happen is a lot of things. I mean, and then we've seen that rule being broken, multiple times. And Lynn is one of the main ones that gets all over it. The other two judges, they're a little more, everybody's a little more lenient sometimes. But you could lift someone and then you fall over, they fall over, or just, I don't know. Or what also happens too when you see lifts, the audience gets a lot of excitement about the lift, but it might not be about the dancing also,
Yeah.
because you can put 5 good lifts in and do really a terrible job dancing from a technical standpoint. And the audience goes, wow, that was amazing. And really, if you compare apples to apples, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So I think that's an effort to be more fair and to try to make it more fair. That's really all that is.
That's what I've kind of learned over the past few years of doing it with you is part of the judging of it. And a couple of years ago when we were real big on it and the show was huge, you wanted me to come and judge a dance. Like,
I did.
oh.
I did. I did. You did one year actually, and it was fantastic. It was local here. It was wonderful. That was fantastic. And you did a great job. It's challenging to judge because you're watching a lot and you're trying to be fair to the people and be, constructive. And in a normal competition, there's multiple judges on the floor, and you only have a minute and a half to judge everybody. So it's pretty quick, and you get used to it. But it's something unusual to do.
Okay, September 24th. That's not this Monday,
The 14th.
next one. Yeah, when I say 24th.
It could be the 24th, but hey, we're
well, this is COVID, so we really have no
It is.
concept of time right now.
I call it COVID brain because sometimes I'll say things I'm like, that was not what I meant to say, and that just happens. And I told a story. Anna Trubin-Skaya from the show. We've been really blessed to have her come to Lexington, multiple times as a guest, and we did an Instagram chat right after she did the one with Tom Bergeron, and I felt very honored that she asked me. But of course, my audio bungled the whole thing.
Oh.
So I was the only Instagram chat that we did of all of her interviews that you could see us talking, but it was like, and you couldn't hear a darn thing. It was like totally garbled. So this is just COVID land. Things happen. You go, we'll keep going. That's how it'll be. Hopefully we'll get to do a lot of these.
Len, Bruno, and Carrie Ann still the judges?
Carrie Ann. They sure are. The judges are all back.
Are any of those
they're excited. Well, not really. No, I mean, not really. Tom had some of that, and Carrie Ann, of course, her career has just exploded. I mean, she's a very nice person, and everything she's done is just tremendous. I mean, they all are, though. Honestly, Lynn is a great guy. He plays the hard, judge, but he's a real judge. I mean, too. But he's really a nice guy. They all are. All three of them are lovely.
I've heard
people,
Lynn's a pussycat.
They are. They're just as nice as they can be, and they really, they all play the roles. But they really mean to do the right thing because they want to give it's hard because you want to give a fair score and you want to create excitement for the show. So Lynn is he's very much by the book. I want it to be this way. So, but they're all back and they're going to be fun to watch this year as always. Bruno tends to be the crazy one. So, and I think that's just he'll always be that way.
That's just Bruno, yeah.
It is.
Right,
but they all have their personalities.
We got 2 weeks from today. We'll see it 8 o'clock on ABC 36, season 29. And Hunter, you want to give a little plug for the studio?
Absolutely. We've been here 20 years, and this year we are back. So we reopened, and we're thrilled to be open. Our staff are working. We've been bringing people back in phases. So it's not 100%, of course, right now, and not everybody's working, but some are. But if you want to learn to dance, now's the time to do it. Why not? Get ready for all the parties that are going to happen next year. And so, call now 859-278-7711. You've heard me say it since day one. And if you want to go to dancingiseasy.com, go there. Dancing is easy, and you'll get to try some free lessons as always and give it a shot. Why not? We're always safe. We just did a road commercial talking about being safe, and we, of course, are doing all the guidelines to keep everyone safe, and that's the most important thing. But yeah, we're back and trying to make things exciting again.
Are you still teaching people over Zoom?
We're doing both. We're doing both private one-on-one lessons, which are, of course, masked CDC compliant, Kentucky compliant. We've been that way since day one. If someone, for whatever reason doesn't feel safe, but usually people are right now, but they can also do a Zoom lesson. We're doing virtual lessons. We've been doing that for a while too. So if someone, for whatever reason, they want to do a virtual lesson, they can. Private lesson, one-on-one. That's kind of fun. We are having a lot of people come in though, and they do private lessons one-on-one, and that's neat. Now we're not doing parties. I do miss the parties, honestly. That was one of my favorite parts. I can't wait till the day when I can say we can have a party again.
There you go.
But we're doing, not yet, but we are doing, if you go to our Facebook page, we're doing virtual group classes. We're doing a lot of fun things with those. Those have been a great hit. We've had a lot of views on those. And the private lessons are working. They're all safe. And like I said, come try it out. That's the best way I can tell you. Try it out, enjoy it, have some fun. You got to call, you got to schedule it so we can prepare you and, be safe about it. But, well, the world will get back to normal, and everybody's doing their best. And I don't know, what a world. Nobody would have predicted this year. And
No.
I think we'll be writing about this for decades to come. But I'm really excited to be back on the air with you. I miss it. I miss the excitement of that. I think this is going to be fun to do it again. Although I got to change my background to be better like yours or something. I don't know. I'm jealous of your background already.
I'm going to swim
cool.
away then. All right. So
I feel like I should look at the background and go, and now live, Dancing with the Stars.
It's Dancing with the Stars, season 29, Monday, September 14th, 8 o'clock on ABC 36. He's Hunter Lisle from the Arthur Murray Dance Studio, 278-7711. If you want to learn how to dance, talk to that guy right there. Thank you, Hunter.
Well, I appreciate my friend. It's great to be on the air with you as always, and we've been friends for a long time, and you do a great job at what you do. And like I said, we'll do it together.